Welcome all, myself Dr. K. Ragini, Assistant Professor from Department of ECE, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, and today's topic is about transmission lines and transmission lines theory. Transmission line is necessary. It is an high frequency signal carrier and it is analyzed by using distributed parameters like resistor, inductor, capacitor and conductor, and we can be applied this transmission line concepts in RF and microwave and 5G part of communications. So before going into the transmission line concept, so consider it's a very lengthy or infinity line, whereas we can take one particular section of that particular entire lengthy line and that constitute of this distributed parameters. There are also lumped parameters available and it's an another category. So here we are considering only a distributed parameter part, and every transmission media will have a parameter meant to be Z0. So Z0 is nothing but the characteristics impedance of the transmission line. So this characteristics impedance of the transmission line gets varied what the media is being utilized or used. So this should be always match with the input impedance parameter. It's another parameter, impedance parameter meant to be input impedance, which is calculated in input side, and another parameter Z0 that is going to be the output parameter, output impedance, and at our output side we are going to calculate that output impedance. And to make the transmission line very reliable and without making any attenuation or losses, we have to set the condition Z0 should be equal to Z in, or else Z0 should be equivalent to Z out. So this condition should be satisfied to achieve the maximum power transfer concept between the transmitter and receiver part. So always we have to be very cautious in deciding the characteristics impedance, which is meant to be the media of transmitting your transmission waves, and as well as the input impedance and output impedance should be matched with the characteristics impedance of that particular transmission line. And why transmission line theory is to be understood before entering into the analytic part. So here you can see three different waves. First this black color wave represents the standing waves, and blue is the original signal where we are transmitting from transmitter to receiver, and this is the original source of signal, and again this reflection is meant to be in the color of red. And here we can analyze the three category of signals in the transmission line wave, and it is happening why standing wave will be happening and why reflection is happening. So there are many distributed parameters or cumulated parameters into the transmission line, whereas there will be we are using a high frequency. So high depending upon the source and what type of source we are using, that particular high frequency will able to create the standing waves in between your transmitter and the load, or else transmitter and the receiver. And similarly, like the standing or standstill waves, there will be certain waves which will be reflect back to the original in transmitter side or the to the input side, and that is meant to be the reflections. And again the original source wave will also be transmitter. So it will be the combination of all the three nature of waves which will be between the transmitter and receiver. So coming to distributed model, and here you can see all of the distributed parameters like R, L, C, G are uniformly distributed along the length of the transmission line or the circuit. So, each small segment of the line possesses its R, L, C and values, and the parameters can be concentrated as a single point unlike a lumped circuit, and it is used to model a transmission line, waveguides and high frequency circuits. So, each of these distributed model can be able to build every individual transmission line, waveguides and other high frequency circuits. So, we can analyze this transmission line by mathematically in two needed parameter like voltage and current, and here voltage is according to this lengthy transmission line we can analyze V e power minus gamma z plus V e power minus alpha z. And in terms of current we can analyze the lengthy line and V divided by Z naught, which is characteristic impedance with the e power minus alpha z minus V minus of my V divided by Z naught e power alpha z. So, here V plus is nothing but the forward travelling voltage wave, and V minus is reflected wave which is travelling in a reverse direction, and Z naught is nothing but the characteristic impedance of the transmission media. So, here the definition of propagation concept is another parameter which is involved in the transmission line is attenuation constants, whereas attenuation here is defined as alpha plus j beta. So, alpha is nothing but attenuation constant and beta is nothing but the phase constant. It all due to the properties of standing wave, reflections and signal, original signal. So, what is reflection here is the ratio of reflected wave voltage at a given point on a transmission line to the incident voltage is called as a voltage reflection or voltage reflection coefficient. So, the voltage reflection coefficient is also equal to the ratio of incident and reflected current. So, that is represented as capital gamma, or gamma is nothing but E alpha E r divided by E f, also equivalent to I r divided by I f, where gamma is equal to reflection coefficient, E r is equal to reflected voltage, E f is nothing but forward or incident voltage, I r is nothing but reflected current, or I f is nothing but forward current or incident current. So, after understanding reflections, so standing waves are being considered as a parameter for defining a reliable transmission. So, that is nothing but voltage standing waves or standing wave ratio. So, it is caused by the interference. So, it is also seen by nodes and antinodes. It can be interpreted in nodes and internode antinodes, and only when the reflection exists the standing waves will be occur. So, you can see the E max which is been happening between the range of signal between the transmitter and receiver, and I max and I min has also been designated in this particular graph, and it is the ratio of maximum voltage divided by minimum voltage, as well as current. We can also say maximum current divided by minimal current. And thank you for watching this particular concept of transmission lines, and the summary behind this transmission line is we have to understand the concept of voltage and current between the transmitter and the load and maximum power transfer, and to analyze still more further we have to understand the concept of voltage standing waves and standing wave ratio and standing waves and reflection coefficient or reflection loss. Thank you.